I have to look down. Hey guys, it's Trish. How are you? Thank you for joining us tonight. I'm here with Nadim. Hello, Nadim.
Hey guys, how are you?
I'm so glad you're here. Thank you for being a part of Hip Homeschool Moms and being here and telling everybody about CTC Math.
Thanks
So
for
I
having
got
me.
to look at the group. So hang on, y'all have to look at the top of my head for a second. Nadim, smile because you're going to be on camera, so you get to talk.
It's like the moment. Are we live? Are we not live? Are we going to spend the next 30 minutes talking to ourselves, thinking that
Right?
people are listening to us, or
I
no,
see us. We're alive. I'm
we're
getting it.
actually live?
So we're in there. Hey guys, thank you so much for joining us and putting up with um our silliness as we are waiting to get everything organized over here. So I'm super excited though. Nadim is going to talk to us about a new feature of CTC Math, which I think is a huge, big deal. So Nadim, tell us what happened.
Well, homeschool families asked, and we already have this wonderful feature to add tasks where you can go in and set a task for your child, and when they log in, it appears and prompts them to complete certain lessons. Where the feedback came was being able to set tasks for an entire year or a semester or a couple of months in advance with a few clicks of a button. And we worked on it, we toiled with it, we experimented and tried a few things. And for the start of this school year, we launched it, and we're excited to have the course planner. So with a few clicks of the button, you can set tasks for the entire year. It's exciting.
So
It's been met with fantastic feedback. We've got 22% of homeschool of our CTC families using this feature. Now that's huge. It's been around for 3 weeks, and 22% of you have gone in and created a course planner, which is
that's
awesome.
amazing. That is absolutely amazing. Okay, so before we go there, the one thing I want y'all to hear on what he just said was they listened. They were
Yeah,
listening to feedback and they made changes to their program based on us. So as y'all have feedback for them, y'all need to be sure that you actually share that feedback with them. So hang on. I'm going to go and add this to the live. There you go,
awesome.
Nadine. Why don't we
Yeah,
show people what it looks like?
we'll do. We've got a really good system actually where when you send in a bit of feedback, it's recorded, and we look at all the people that have sent us feedback and all the various things that have been requested, and we deliver it based on demand. So if there is something that you want, you will get that pushed up the queue by voting with your email. Send us an email. But
So
so I
the
just
point of that story is y'all get together and send all these emails.
yeah,
Sorry, Nadim. I just sort of stacked the deck.
it's okay. We want a magic pill that when we take it, we know all our math work.
Right, right. Okay, sorry. I had to tell him that.
No, it's brilliant. It's great. It's great. But I've just clicked task, so I'm logged in as a parent. Um, and then you select course planner. So from the tasks menu, you select course planner. And then I've got my daughter Chloe and my son Ronnie, and you select the child, and it takes you to this screen. And it's very simple. You just click down, select the grade level. Now my daughter's in first grade, and then you can customize the topics. So within each topic, there's a range of lessons. So you might have already started the school year and completed the topic numbers 1. So you can deselect that. For some reason, you might not want to do other topics. You can also rearrange them. So if I pick this up and, I want to do division a little bit earlier than the multiplication, you can reorder them. You can reorder the lessons. And as I'm doing this, you can see that the activities are being set on a weekly basis over here. We can go in and change the naming style, so we can include the name. So it says week 1 activities for Chloe. I love my little Chloe. She's cute.
It's adorable.
And then you just click that button. So I've customized that. You can add the diagnostic tests or deselect them.
So
So if you want,
remember we talked about diagnostic tests last time and how you can use them as a determining factor to see if it's something that they're ready for, or you can do it
yeah,
on the back end and use it as a review and say, did they complete this and know their stuff now? So there's a couple of different ways to use that.
correct. Yes. And with this way, it would be using it as a post-test because you're essentially setting the diagnostic tests linked to this topic. But you can go in and use it as a pre-test. So say my daughter's in first grade and we want to fill some gaps for kindergarten. We can go in and do the diagnostic tests there. Another neat feature is we can set this for the remaining school year. So it will pick up on your date and then set it for the remaining school year. Or you can select a custom date range. So I can say, well, I want to go a bit further than May, really. I actually want to go to mid-June, and that will just stretch the tasks out. So there'll be less activities each week to do the longer you do it. You can say, I want the activities to start on a Monday, and you can schedule holidays. Now, we have received a bit of feedback on being able to customize those holidays.
Yes.
We are working on that. This is the first iteration, and as you can see, it's already jam-packed with features and settings. We are working on that, but I will also talk about how to get around that in a moment.
Okay, good.
So we can schedule for holidays. And then there's a few other options which are quite self-explanatory here. I won't bore you with the details. And then you go to the top and you hit create course plan. And it gives you a bit of a summary. There's going to be 71 lessons over 39 weeks. That's 1 to 2 activities per week. I'm thinking, well, let's maybe actually include those diagnostic tests. Let's beef this up a bit, create, and then you can see it's gone to 2 to 3 activities a week. And we click create course. And then it reloads and takes you to the course planner, and you can see that all these activities are weekly. So my daughter will receive this task, and within this task, there's 3 lessons that she will complete, and you can actually go in and edit them if required. So let's say we've worked through the first couple of weeks and we get to October, and for whatever reason we need to take a bit of a break. You can click in and adjust the date of this. You can go in and say, well, I'm going to push it back a week, or I'm going to extend it to give her more time, so on and so forth. So you can make changes to these weekly courses or these weekly activities that have been generated with a few clicks of the button.
There's the question bank wizard too. Is that it doesn't automatically add that, does it?
No, but you can go in and then add question banks.
It's right there. Okay.
Yeah. So you can go in and
this is so much more intuitive.
Yeah, well, it's great. It's fantastic. You can go in and so now that you've got all your tasks set, you can go in and make additions to those tasks by adding, removing lessons, adding question banks, so on and so forth.
That's amazing.
And there's also the weekly revision. This is super easy. So I just go down, I click Chloe, I go first grade, and I just say, let's do it for the remaining school year, and done. She'll receive a weekly revision once a week now. Sorry, Chloe, we just bulked up your work.
Poor thing. Okay, so we have some comments over here. One of them said, I never thought of using them as post-tests, so we just gave them a new idea on the diagnostics. Right. Another one was, CTCMath has been a godsend. We so appreciate this. Thank you. And then somebody said, if you change the weekly activities, will it automatically adjust the remaining dates? So I'm going to show that there.
No.
Answer that.
So the answer is no. So if you push one out, it doesn't push the other ones out. The reason being is that we need to find a way to accommodate both, because some people will not want it to. So I can now filter by the course plan, by the way. So if I go to tasks, I just click first grade and it just brings up all the course plan of tasks. Some parents will want the other ones pushed back, others won't. So we're just trying to find a neat and clever way and not confuse everyone to work around these custom holidays. It's a work in progress. We'll have something up soon, so look out for it.
Sounds good. Okay, if y'all have more questions, be sure to post them over here so we can be sure to get them answered for you. And I haven't gone through the other questions to look for questions. So, I mean, the other comments to look for questions. So if there are questions, put them here. But anyway, what else did you want to talk about as far as this?
I think it's also really important that when we add things, that parents don't feel like they have to use it.
Yeah.
Okay. It's fantastic that we've got a lot of parents using this. But if you don't need it, if your child already works sequentially in a very ordered way through our curriculum, because that's what this is basically doing. It's taking our lessons in the order, unless you change it or make adjustments. and saying, work through, if your child already does that and are already an independent learner, well, then you're creating work for the sake of creating work.
Right.
This is to give more accountability for those that need it, or those parents that like to have it scheduled and organized in this manner. Just like the diagnostic tests, I recommend you use them as a post-test, but you don't have to. The weekly revisions, they're great, they're fantastic. And I think they're really suitable for most kids, but they might not be suitable for every child. So we give you all the tools and you pick and choose the tools that best suit your family.
Okay, there's the next question. Did you readjust lessons for 7th and 8th grade? We logged in to start the school year and my son panicked. Is there stuff that got moved that we need to go back and find from 7th before doing 8th?
Yeah, okay. Yes, we did. Now, and this is going to be a bit of a pain point for those that were already working through 7th and 8th grade. But again, this was feedback driven. And I'll talk about what we originally had and then how that changed. So it's easy if I switch to student view. So we had 7th and 8th grade content built in 3 courses: basic math and pre-algebra, elementary measurement, and elementary geometry. And the feedback that we got was, well, basic math and pre-algebra took more than a year, which in fairness, pre-algebra does. It's over 7th and 8th grade. And there was a confusion. My child's in 8th grade. What should I be doing? My child's in 7th grade. What should I be doing? And there was a lot of confusion around where to put children and where to place them. So we decided to take those 3 courses and push them into 2 courses, 7th and 8th grade. So what happened was that some families would click in who had finished basic math and pre-algebra, but not elementary geometry or not elementary measurement, and see that there were lessons that had not been completed. Okay. Now, the best way to fill that is if you sort of click on a course level, you will see lessons that have been completed or not. Actually, I'll log into a profile that's got some work, like my daughter. Okay. You will click in and you'll see, okay, well, there's some circles here that haven't been completed. We can click in. We haven't done this lesson. Let's go in and complete it. And then click out, go to the next one, complete the lessons. It will look a little bit like this. There's going to be some work done, some work not done. It is difficult. And if you do need some assistance, please let us know. But once you've overcome that, it's going to be a lot easier, and it's going to be a lot easier for families moving forward.
So the thought there about being able to move things around, that's kind of a big deal, because for me, I did not do algebra and geometry and then algebra 2. I did algebra 1, algebra 2, and then geometry. So I was one of those moms that bucked the system and said, nope, we're not going to do it that way. And so I like this. This is great. Okay, we have a couple of questions. I'm going to pop it up here. Any chance that consumer math or business math will be added to the course offerings soon?
Financial math is one that is probably the
most requested.
Most requested, will come the soonest. Yeah.
Hint, hint. Everybody go request it and it'll come sooner.
Financial math is the one that has the greatest amount of requests at the moment.
I can believe that for obvious reasons. Okay, and here's another one that says, can you set the course planner to include 2 grades at once? For example, some gaps in grade 3 and then grade 4.
No. For you, the best way to do that, the course planner is really designed to be a quick and slick and easy way to set an entire year's worth of work. Anything that involves a little bit of customization, the best way to do that is to use the tasks function to just set tasks for the lessons that need to be completed. The other way is just to tell the child, okay, the lessons that don't have a tick next to them, they still need to be completed. Log in, work through the lesson order, finish all of 3rd grade. And once they finish 3rd grade, then come back to the course planner and use the feature for 4th grade, if that makes sense.
Or I'm going to step all over Nadine. Hello. Or do the diagnostic tests. And do each one, and if there's a space or a gap, then go in and do just those.
Yeah, so that's assuming that you have to finish 3rd and 4th grade. You might not need to. If you do the diagnostic tests, if you're moving from another program or curriculum, as Trish said, identify only the lessons that need to be done and then do those.
Y'all, I was a lazy homeschool mom. I'm just telling you, that was a big deal for me. I do not believe in busy work. I have a very strong accent. I know that sounded funny. Busy work. Okay. I don't believe in it. I literally would not give my kids busy work. So we would use diagnostic tests for that very reason, to prevent them from having to do a whole bunch of busy work. Now, I'm not saying that a lot of people love to do spiral and go backwards, and I'm not saying that it's wrong. You do you. But for me, I hated it. Literally, we did not do a whole lot of busy work. So anyway, there you go. I'm going to take that one off. I see somebody going, yay, 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 yay. So somebody's excited. And by the way, y'all, I cannot see who you are. So I apologize for not using your name. It only shows me Facebook user over here. So I can't address you properly. So if you put your name in there, I can. But unless you put your name in there like, hey, this is, Susie, and I'm asking this, then I can't address you properly. So I apologize. So if you have any more questions, pop them in, and I don't see any more. And I have not looked through the other posts. So Nadim, is there anything else that is new or on that you have recently launched that we want to talk about, or coming down the pipe that you want to talk about?
Sure. We've released, so the weekly revisions, they're fantastic. You all know and love them. So if I click into third grade and just bring up an example, they're available in worksheet format, but as well as the PDF. So they're designed to be completed once a week, split into 2 semesters, 26 questions, and they're designed 20 for this grade level, but 26 for others. They're designed to reinforce certain concepts. So, your 4th grader doesn't forget what symmetry is, doesn't forget what a circle is, knows how to complete a dot plot, days of the month. These themes are recurring every week, and they're able to practice them and not forget them. Well, by popular demand, we got asked if we can introduce them into 7th and 8th grade, and that was part of that revision of 7th and 8th grade. We added the weekly revisions, which are super helpful.
That's great.
And show you an example. So, for example, kids won't forget what a composite number is, or the difference between ascending and descending and fractions, because they're practicing this. This is where they get their spiral review. The video tutorials are very much a mastery approach. See, there's the 26 questions. Are very much a mastery approach. The diagnostic tests, the question bank wizard, and the weekly revision are great for spiral.
Yep. So if you don't want to do spiral like me, you don't have to. Okay, so I have a question. Can I use this to renew? My renewal is in November. So the, getting 6 months free, if they do the annual, if they use our link, will they be able to do that?
Yeah, so we don't punish existing loyal family members, because you are family. You are family to us with CTCMath. And say that this offer is only available to new customers. If you register with the bonus 6 months and your membership is due to expire in November, you will get 18 months added to that November subscription. Yay. So that will take you through to May 2025. Wow.
Thank you. I appreciate that. A lot of people are out here talking about how much they're already using it. They love it. So thank you guys. And I loved it too. My goodness, it was such a game changer for us. Okay. Anything else you want to cover before we let our mamas run? I know you said
I think this has been a very successful launch of the course planner.
I know, right? That is amazing. I'm so excited for you. That is I wish it had been around for me, because I will admit that when you first start using it, it wasn't as intuitive. And so you had to, get your sea legs, so to speak, and get used to it to figure all that out. One of the things that I believe in is you just start at the beginning and you just work through. So for me, it wasn't a huge big deal, but for some moms, I know it is if they're adding in some of the other stuff. So I know that it wasn't as intuitive. This is, Nadim, this is a huge big deal. So Thank y'all for listening.
No, thank you. Thank you for the feedback. And while I think it is an amazing first version of the course planner, things like custom dates and any other feedback that you might have, please pass it on. These things are not easy to build, by the way, guys. They involve a lot of developers' times and thoughts, and for everything that you create, it affects something else and has flow-on effects in a very deep and webbed up way. So it's very intricate to understand the details. If you do have feedback, please pass it on. We are listening and we are making those changes, but I think it's a great first version.
I do too. That's fantastic. And guys, if you have questions, if you're here on the replay and you have questions and we're not live, just post your questions here and I get to know Nadim. He's super quick about responding and giving me feedback. A lot of times I know it. I'm a user too, so I can answer it for you. So I'm kind of like, I joke with Nadim. I said, I need to be on the customer service team because I do so much customer service in here helping. But seriously,
Trish is coming for you.
I know, right? But honestly, I try. I really do try to help moms understand it because I'm such a big believer in it. But if for whatever reason I don't know the answer, I can get to Nadim. So don't go ahead and post your questions anyway, even if we're not live. So Nadim, we're going to have our party next month a little bit early because I'm going on my homeschool road trip to the Keys, and it's not called homeschool road trips anymore. It's called homeschool travel adventures. But I'm going to the Keys, and thank you for supporting that too, Nadim. You're such a blessing. We appreciate you so much. And so I will be back. Nadim will not be here next month. It'll just be me, and we'll be doing a bunch of questions. I will draw the winners for this party on Sunday. Today is the 14th, so the 15th, 16th, like the 7th, I will be drawing. So y'all be watching for that. And thanks, Nadim. We appreciate you so much. Okay, guys, y'all have a great rest of the Thursday and the week, and we will see you in a couple of weeks. Take care. Bye.